All right, thanks for staying with us here at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We're introducing you to a brand new name and face here at TMJ4 News. Although she may not be new to all of you. Andrea Williams is going to be sharing some stories with us here on the news at 4 o'clock. And so, Andrea, thanks for coming in and chatting with me about your background. Tell the viewers that don't know who you are, how long you've been in Milwaukee and what you've been doing.
Well, I've been in Milwaukee for a while. I think it's safe to say over 2 decades. So almost longer than I lived in my hometown. So Milwaukee's definitely my second hometown, and I'm so happy to be here. And people know me from radio. I've done television. I've worked with the Milwaukee Bucks. So I've been around.
Yeah, so I was going to say, a lot of people might recognize your voice even more so than maybe even your face, although we'll change that now that she's on television. We're looking at some of the pictures here. This is your picture there at Jammin' Radio, right? You did the morning show?
98.3, did mornings there for 20 years. A lot of fun for sure, and a lot of great people that I worked with there.
And you mentioned also your hometown. So your hometown, you said you might slip in a little accent here and there because it is.
Oh yeah, you're going to hear some y'all.
Because you're from Louisville? How do you say it right?
Louisville.
Louisville.
I don't say it like that anymore though. You go away for a while, you say Louisville, very formal. But if you go back, get it right.
It's Louisville?
Louisville.
Okay, so you got the hat on because you never miss a derby.
Oh yeah, Kentucky Derby. Everybody that knows me knows I don't miss a derby. It's so much fun, and it's the most famous 2 minutes in the world of sports. So I live for that.
It's like 3 hours of television and 2 minutes of racing. And this year was better than most, actually, with the kind of the upset.
That was interesting, right? Whole nother conversation.
Speaking of upsets, sometimes it happens in the world of Packerland, and I know you got some ties to some Packers players too.
Well, yeah, I've worked with, like I said, a lot of great people in this community. Those guys, I think, are familiar faces. Leroy Butler, and then you've got George Kuntz there, and the Grave Digger. And I've talked to them and worked with them on a lot of different projects. There, I think we were reminiscing over the legendary Reggie White.
All right, and you were, and this was a little surprising to me. I don't know why, but you're a Bucks dancer.
I was, for 6 years. I was on the dance team, the Energy dance team, and that's like history now in the books. And I love all those girls. I still see them and talk to them with social media, so great memories there, of course, too.
All right, so that's what you've done before.
Yeah.
And now that you're here at Channel 4, you're going to be working on some special stories, including Juneteenth. We're counting down to the Juneteenth celebration. We'll continue to highlight some of the vendors that are going to be attending this year's festival.
Yes, and I've visited historic King Drive to share more about a family-owned business that has been in Milwaukee for nearly 2 decades, and we're going to check it out. Edgar and Elizabeth Birdsong started their business 18 years ago in the front yard of a family member's home. I think you started off doing yard sales, and that kind of
prompted
and
we went from there
family.
to 7 Mile Fair. From the 7 Mile Fair, we went to the Brooks Plaza, and we were there for 12 years.
They sell everything from lotions to soaps, but one product in particular earned them the nickname the Oil People.
I've always been the smell good kind of guy. Once I tried the oil, I was hooked. I found a wholesale connection, and I started selling oils.
Birdsong has over 700 different high-quality scents you can add to any of their body care products.
We have lotion, shower gel, body butter, massage oil that you can customly put all of your fragrances in. So you can really layer your fragrance and really make it pop.
Tamisha Greer is a loyal customer. She said she's taken in by the store's aroma as soon as she walks through the door.
I love the smells, and everything is just rich and inviting. Everything.
Birdsongs will be a vendor at Milwaukee's Juneteenth Day celebration again this year. They'll have a small sampling of everything they sell, including this African attire. There's a lot of kente prints and things that really are a form of expression when it comes to freedom in America.
We sell a lot of things for Juneteenth. A lot of the young ladies come for the pageant. This is kind of like a hub or an outlet for people that want to, show off culture.
Speaking of showing off, I couldn't resist trying on one of the pieces at Birdsongs. I love it. Juneteenth fashion is not just about style. It really is about self-expression and freedom. And the clothing aspect of the slave trade really gets overlooked. You had slave owners who were required by law to clothe those who were enslaved. And it's safe to say that comfort, weather, and the type of material, none of those things ever were taken into consideration. So stories are told over and over how those who were emancipated couldn't wait to run to the banks of the rivers to shed their slave clothing and really be able to finally display who they were and where they came from.
Whether you're looking for specialty t-shirts, organic soap, car fresheners, or oils, Birdsongs has plenty to choose from. But whatever you wear and whatever you do, the message behind Juneteenth is clear. Celebrate freedom in the city we love.
I love Milwaukee. I was born and raised here in Milwaukee, and my customers have really been supportive. And I couldn't see myself doing anything else.
I love that you gave us a little bit of the history there in that story. And that's kind of, I know we're counting on you to take us through some stories with your knowledge of events here locally and the community. And one of the biggest ones, and that's what we're talking about here, is the Juneteenth parade that's coming up. And I know you've hosted that several times.
Well, of course, I've hosted opening ceremonies for, the last 20 years or so. And TMJ4, of course, started really broadcasting live that parade last year. Yeah. And it's so amazing that it's going to be done again. So I'm looking forward to being a part of that and everything else that's going on Juneteenth related. We're going to have stories leading up to Juneteenth from now to June 19th.
Okay. Andrea, thanks for being with us. Welcome to the team. We appreciate you being here. And TMJ4, as she mentioned, will bring you live coverage of the Juneteenth Jubilee Parade. It's scheduled for June 19th from 9 to 11 in the morning. We're going to be back with your 7-day forecast here in the News at 4.